Hello and welcome back on the channel. Today, with another Italian specialty. The first biplane review, here with the Fiat CR42, the famous Falco. This is an aircraft that is often said to be one of the best, if not the best, biplane fighter to have ever entered service. And I'd say that's about right. This thing really is quite something. Designed by famous aircraft designer Celestino Rosatelli, the designer who also designed the earlier CR32, the CR42 can be seen as an evolutionary step of the CR32 that we also have here in War Thunder. The 32 being the reserve biplane for the Italian tech tree. One thing you immediately notice compared to the CR32 and the CR42 is the absence of an inline engine, which was being replaced with a radial engine. Now, the Italians used inline engines quite a lot on their biplane fighters from the 20s to the 30s, the early 30s. With the Fiat CR42 being the last biplane fighter to enter service, it got a radial engine, the Fiat A74. This produced around 830 horsepower in standard power. With emergency power, this went up to around 900, which gave the aircraft excellent performance for a biplane. I mean, we see here 429 km per hour is definitely not slow. Most sources claim a top speed of 434, so 5 kilometers off. Doesn't matter. Compare this to, for example, the 444 km per hour or the I-153 Chaika. In general, there's a trio of biplanes that can be seen as, well, that fight for the title of the best biplane fighter, this being the CR42, then the British Gloucester Gladiator. This is what we see here. And then the Soviet I-153 Chaika, which is famous for its gull-wing design and of course the retractable undercarriage that make this aircraft the fastest out of the three. Now, the CR42 first took to the skies in 1938, so actually rather late. In general, it was viewed that this aircraft was basically a transitional form. The Italians knew that the era of the biplane was nearing its end, and this was seen as basically the last hurrah of the biplane era. Now, they saw that other nations, and with the introduction of newer fighters, that there still was kind of a place for this aircraft. Not every nation had fielded a modern monoplane fighter, and the CR42 with its decent performance certainly could hold up with the early monoplane fighters that were entering service around that time, at least in terms of maneuverability, rate of climb, and structural integrity. This thing was actually rather tough. Unlike many earlier biplanes, this thing had a metal frame. It was not made of wood. It was made, as I said, it had a metal frame, with the control surfaces and other parts being covered by fabric. This made the aircraft rather survivable, actually. In general, it was noted during its combat career that this aircraft was, structurally speaking, pretty tough. Now, again, back to the age in which this aircraft was intended to operate. Entering service in 1939, the CR42 was, well, I wouldn't say completely obsolete, but it faced very, very stiff competition. If you think that the BF-109 first flew in 1935, I think, and was by then in service for quite some years, and with the Spitfire and Hawker Hurricane also entering service, you kind of see why the CR42 was actually viewed as more of a second line fighter. Despite that, the CR-42 was built in greater numbers than any other of the Italian fighter aircraft, with around 1,819 aircraft being produced until very late 1943. The Falcos, and yes, that's the plural pronunciation of Falco, which for those who don't do, but I mean it's pretty obvious. But Falco, it means falcon. This aircraft was first armed with one 7.7 and then one 12.7, with the final aircrafts, I mean the version we are all familiar with, being armed with two 50 caliber Breda Safard heavy machine guns. Now the Breda Safard is an interesting gun, because either, depending on the source, it's either viewed as a complete pile of shit or a pretty decent gun. And just from the performance it has here in War Thunder, I tend to the latter. The Breda Safard fired a 12.7 by 81mm round, being somewhat shorter than the 12.7 x 99mm round that the American M2 Browning uses, and therefore having less muzzle velocity, a little bit less range, and also less armor penetration. However, unlike the 50 caliber of the Americans, this machine gun is able to fire explosive rounds, and they pack quite a punch. You will see that in the gameplay later. This is no slouch. I would not say that this aircraft is undergunned. Now, even in 1938-39, this aircraft faced stiff competition not only from monoplane fighters, but also from other biplanes. There were two other biplanes, as said, the I-15, the I-153 and the Gloster Gladiator, all offering similar performance to this aircraft. However, it did have its benefits. The CR-42 was rather fast, it was well armed, and it was very, very maneuverable and agile. With a wing loading of around 102 kilograms, it was, for a biplane at least, laden with a rather heavy wing loading, to be honest. For example, the Chaika only has 88 kilograms per square meter. This one has 102. So, in the pure horizontal field, this thing was actually inferior to the Gladiator and the I-153. However, its sesquiplane arrangement, sesquiplane being an aircraft with a biplane with a bigger upper than lower wing, and the powerful engine gave this aircraft a good climb rate, good dive performance, and it was very agile. It had a good roll rate and was known for its ability to execute a very sharp and sudden snap turn or snap roll to evade enemy attacks. The CR-42 would see service on all fronts the Italian army did battle. It saw service from the Battle of Britain, all to the east, to the North Africa campaigns, to the Balkans, to Greece, on Malta. The CR-42 was everywhere. Not to mention that this aircraft actually did also get some foreign orders, with Belgium, Sweden, and Hungary all operating the type at some point. Especially the Hungarians were pretty good with this thing. They scored an astonishing kill-to-loss ratio of 12-1 with this aircraft. Now, Belgium also operated a small bunch of CR-42s. These were flown against the Luftwaffe when Germany invaded Belgium. And against the Bf-109, they really didn't fare all too well. Although there are reports of them scoring 2 to 4 kills against the famous German fighter. However, the small batch that Belgium operated was quickly destroyed on the ground, and the few aircraft that survived were captured by the Germans. What happened to them is actually unknown. Now, the Hungarians, as said, operated this type with quite some successes. And also the Germans operated the CR-42. After the Italian armistice in 1943, the Germans actually continued building the aircraft for a little while, with the CR-42 being deployed in so-called Nachtschlachtgruppen, which means night battle groups. And these followed the basic principle of the Soviet units operating the Po-2. For example, the famous Night Witches, in which small, light, nimble biplane fighters would take up to the sky in the air and harass troops during the dead dark of night. In this role, the CR-42 actually was pretty good again, with its rugged construction and good firepower, certainly making it a good aircraft for this job. Not only that, but the CR-42 was also deployed as a night fighter. As you can see here, this aircraft is of the CR-42CN configuration, with some of these aircraft receiving radio equipment and searchlights. And yes, you heard me right, radio equipment. This thing, most of them were not equipped with a radio. One of the biggest disadvantages this thing had compared to the other biplane fighters or other monoplane fighters. Against other monoplanes, especially, for example, during the Battle of Britain, where some CR-42s operated, or over Malta or Sicily, this aircraft, of course, it was outclassed. I mean, it was a lot slower than, for example, the British Hurricane Spitfires, and with only two heavy machine guns also undergunned compared to them. For example, the British guns, which British aircraft with some Hurricanes having as much as 12 light machine guns, Spitfires having around 8, and some of the later variants that were entering sales at the time having 2 additional 20mm cannons. This aircraft certainly did not have the armament to compare with such aircraft, and especially not the speed. However, what it had was, as a biplane, maneuverability. This aircraft could execute very, very tight turns. It was fully aerobatic, and it was found by British pilots that the CR-42, with its nimbleness, was a very dangerous and difficult opponent to hit. There are several reports from British fighter pilots commenting on that, with them saying that the aircraft was very maneuverable, could execute small and some snap roll turns, and basically evading their fire rather easily. Not only that, but the aircraft was also rather tough, as we said earlier, with the aircraft being able to take numerous hits before going down, especially when going up against the aircraft with 7.7mm rounds. There are reports from Italian pilots telling that the 7.7mm round wasn't very effective, with reports suggesting that even the parachute pack of the pilot sometimes being enough to just stop the bullet. Now, as for other variants, there is one very special one that we sadly don't have in game. I don't know if it's coming. I don't even know if it will ever fit with armament, but the variant I'm talking about, of course, is the CR-42DB. This was a single CR-42, re-engined with an early Daimler-Benz DB601. Yes, the famous engine that also powered the Messerschmitt 109. With this, the aircraft demonstrated a top speed of 523 km per hour, making it the fastest biplane to ever fly, a record that still stands today. Lastly, it should also be mentioned that there is a claim that this aircraft might be the last biplane fighter to ever score a kill in aerial combat, with one CR-42 flown by a German over Hungary reportedly scoring a kill against a P-38 Lightning. However, this claim is disputed, and as such, its validity is difficult to assess. Today, few CR-42s survive. I think there are around 4 in various stages of completion, some being on display, some are, I think, ready to airworthiness. So we might see this thing in the sky one day again, which would be great, because I think this is a great looking fighter. It really is beautiful, with its clean lines. I mean, just compare it to its predecessor, the CR-32. look at how this thing has all these edges, and it just looks like it offers so much air resistance, so much drag. And now look at the CR42 with its very clean lines. You can clearly see why this is often regarded as the best of the biplane fighters. Also, another thing to note is that the aircraft, unlike most other biplanes, even of the time, had a three-bladed propeller. Something that gives the aircraft, at least in my opinion, a rather modern look. I mean, you could easily see this thing with just remove the upper wing, and this thing could easily go through as a high-performance monoplane fighter. I mean, it kind of looks like a little bit like a Fokker D21 maybe, or a Fiat G50. There are certainly some lines. I mean, with the Fiat G50 at least, I mean, you could see the family tree a little bit of there. Now, I think that covers the history of the CR42 rather well. Again, the fighter of the Italians that saw more service than any other. This thing was on every front the Italians fought, and usually was rather successful, even rather late in the war. Now, that covers it for the history of the Fiat CR42. I'd say let's take a quick look at the aircraft in game and then head into our first battle. Phew, this is the first match we play with the CR42. I haven't flown this aircraft in quite some time. Let's see how well it holds up. I know for a fact that this is an aircraft, is a biplane with a very high wing loading for a biplane, for around I think 104 kilograms if I remember correctly. So this is not the most maneuverable in terms of turning performance, at least. First blood goes to us. Oh, does it? Yes, it does. Let's get quickly up to altitude again. This thing does have a rather powerful engine for a biplane, but it's also somewhat big and heavy. So again, not the best in turning fights, against other biplanes at least. You can now turn most monoplanes still with ease. Though this thing does like to lose altitude in a turning engagement. A B-10, Beaufort. Let's try to engage the H-75 Hawk. He's hunting RG-87. This guy, Stuka definitely needs help. There's another P-36. And one above us. Crap. Yeah, we can still outturn most. Got him. Oh my god. Oh! Maneuver and kill fast there. Come on. Ah, oh, critted him. Come on, Falco, get your nose down. Yeah, this is what low tier battle's all about. Turning and burning, turning and burning. And now we need speed, 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 speed. Come on. P-26 down as well. We do have plenty of ammunition left. With enemy flag positions, we don't want to engage these. Okay, okay. Let's relax a bit. take in our surroundings. We have 3 kills so far. Might be able to get this P-36 down to our altitude. Want to engage this guy. Let's see what happens. There's now P-36 near to B-109s. Not the best situation for him, but he has the support of the other P-36. However, these guys don't seem to realize that I'm hot on their heels. Oh, and there are 2 more guys coming in. Wow. A CF-42 and a C-200. I doubt we will get one of these kills, but let's try. This is quite a furball. Yep, one of the P-36 just kicked the bucket. Oh wow, just watch it, these guys. Oh, great maneuver from the C-200. Only the 2 bombers left. Which means it's time to get some ground kills. Typical biplane cockpit. Enemy flag trucks spotted. Oh yes, some great long-range sniping. Yep, that was quite a good run. Yeah, let's hit. There's another column. Do have. Oh, now the Beaufort's coming in. Come on, why now? Ah, there's the other one as well. Oof. Well, we'll probably expend our ammunition here without getting any results, but at least let's try. He is coming rather slow. Yep, okay. Got an assist on that. Maybe we can snipe this guy somehow. Oh, okay. Great. Well, the CR-42's cleaned up. Well, the Italians, should I say. Top 3 positions are all taken by Italian planes. Not a bad first match. Not a bad one. Top of the leaderboard, 7 ground kills, 3 air kills. This really is one of the... It certainly has a unique playstyle among biplanes. But it's definitely a good one. We are here at Kalkengo. Spawned in rather late, unfortunately. Well, let's see if we can still have an impact on the match. One of us has already died. Great! Make that 2. Dornier 217 incoming. Probably the fighter variant. Let's see if we can quickly intercept this guy. Seems like he's trying to intercept us. Yeah, but his shots are easy enough to evade. Oh, Stuka! That's an easy target.
Beginne mit dem Angriff. Brauche Deckung!
Keep an eye out for the 217. Oh, come on. At least give me it before this guy decides to crash. Yes. Got him. Oof. And let's, cruise to the enemy positions. This will take a while. J6B. That's the. Is that the Swedish Gladiator? Because then this would be quite an interesting fight. Yep, he's down one CR-42 already. What the hell is he doing? Well, these 50 Gladiators is slightly more maneuverable, but we have way better energy retention. Which means against the Gladiator we should take the fight into the vertical. And we are closing in. CR-42 also is a little bit faster than the Gladiator. Come on, yes. Got him. Let's get some altitude. We need space to evade the Dornier 217. What is this guy doing? Oh, wow. And we're not sitting on the tail of a Dornier 217. Those tail gunners will rip us a new one, so we're pulling straight through. Maybe we can catch the Avenger or the Heinkel 51. 217 is swinging around. I'm a little bit surprised he's still alive. Flag position. Oh. Yep.
Weiter so. Und dann können wir sie.
Let's try to evade flag here. Yeah, I'm not gonna catch an Avenger. Try to flank around the AAA positions and attack that Ju-87.
Starte einen Angriff.
We only have 4 aircraft left, it seems. 2 of them are bombers. And we're closing in. Oh, I killed a dog. Great.
Bestätigt.
I don't know what I hit on this guy, but I hit him. Seriously, the first hit was a critical. Don't know what I critted, but I critted it. This means 3 kills for now. Let's see if we can make 4. Or possibly 5. There's a Heinkel 51 incoming as well, but I want to engage the Ju-87 first, since he will be gone by the time I have killed the AG-51. And the other way around, it's easier.
Dranbleiben. Der Sieg ist greifbar.
Come on, full speed, full speed. We're closing in, come on. No, don't run. Oh, wow. Again, insta-crit. Yep, that MG81 is deadly, so let's try to evade that. This guy's field of fire is better than I expected. Okay, is he going down? Yes. That should be enough. Took some minor damage. I think our trim is a little bit affected, it seems. But, nah.
Noch ein bisschen mehr und der Sieg gehört uns.
Not the ideal position for us to attack, but let's try. I think the Heinkel is more maneuverable than us. And at these biplane speeds, pulling away takes some time. But we are coming in from behind. We certainly do have the advantage right here for the initial engagement. Come on. A little bit closer, a little bit closer. Yeah. Don't know why he didn't evade. Was he damaged? Oh, and that's an ace. And all with one set of ammunition, one loadout. You still have plenty of ammunition left. There's only one bomber remaining. I think it's a Dornier 17. I'm not sure. Let's see, where is he? He's here. I might be able to get this guy to make it 6 kills, which would be great. Also don't have that much fuel. Oh wait, it's an Avenger. Oh, right, it's the Avenger we didn't catch earlier, and I think I see him. The 80 is engaging as well. Let's see if we can make the 6 kills. There wasn't really that much dogfighting involved in this match, right? Wasn't it? Most of the kills we got were just, yeah, sneaking up, being sneaky. But not really that much dogfighting. Which is a shame, kinda, because, well, this is what biplanes are for. Now, well, 5 kills are 5 kills, and I'm possibly making it 6. Oh, I'ma get this guy. Let's hope he does not go head on. Instead keeps focusing on ground targets, but I think he isn't. Yeah, he spotted us good. Yeah, come on, evade, evade, evade. Well, now it's time for dogfighting. Ow, ow, ow. Yeah, take that. And that's 6 kills. Boom! 6 kills with 1 load of ammunition. Not too shabby. Yeah, I think these results speak for themselves. Yes, only 2 other guys got any kills on my team. I scored the entire rest. Holy hell. Whew, and we are here with the German version this time of the CR42. Yes, you heard right, the German version. To all the new players, before the Italian tree was introduced into War Thunder, the Italian warplanes were all bundled up into the German tech tree, up to the C202 Folgore. When the Italians then did arrive with their separate tech tree nation in War Thunder, then the German ones were removed, or basically they were removed for new players. For older players, they were bundled up into the premium tree on the German side, but unavailable for any new players. So only older players, just like me, who has played this game for, wait now, 9 years. God damn it, it's been a long time. Only older players do have the German versions of the Italian planes. Which is why I am flying this Falco here. Let's see. We do have quite stiff competition here. Let's evade that. Got a hit in, but nothing critical. Just look how this thing can hang on its prop. Amazing. Is he re-engaging? Nah. And got him! Oh, yeah, that's one of the disadvantages of having a carburetor. But we're up to speed. Oh. Oh. Just the one we killed. Yeah, the match is pretty even up to now. Interesting. We do have plenty of ammunition left. Oh, there's a Devastator. 2 Devastators! What the hell is going on? What are they doing? This is actually looking pretty cool, I have to be honest. Got 1. Got 2. But yeah, poor TBDs. I actually like this aircraft quite a lot. I think the TBD is a beautiful bomber. But yeah, boom. Even against CR-42, they have no chance. They are way too slow. And just imagine, these things had to go up against zeros. Might be able to get the C-200 before he turns to his base. There are only 4 guys left. We have 3 kills. Okay. I say let's wait here for them to re-emerge. Oh, we could engage the P-36. Oh, there's a B-5N. Okay, he needs our help. There's a J6B coming in. He's pretty. That's the Swedish biplane. But that thing's just slow. The C-200 is down, which leaves the Cordon 714. Also an interesting aircraft. I might do a video about that in the future. The C-714 is, in real life this thing is basically a piece of crap. But it certainly has its appeal from the looks of it, and I have made 1 or 2 good games with it, so might do a video about that. And why the P-36 is not engaging, I have no idea. But let's punish him for it. Critted, but nothing too serious it seems. Kinda hope that he'd burst into flames. Maybe his engine's damaged, certainly his oil cooler is. Oh buddy, this is not the best choice. You should have gone just straight ahead. With a damaged engine, you cannot climb away from a Falco. And I hit him again. Why is he not dead? C-714 is taking off. We do have enough ammunition to kill both of them. Maybe the P-36 will crash. Ah, Flak is already... Is Flak engaging? Yes, already. we are very close. Didn't realize. Well, let's get down. Out of the reach of them. 3 kills. Let's make it 4 with the cauldron. Yep. Top speed. Coming in. Let's close. Yes, give me a good deflection shot. And got him. And flag is engaging. Let's get down to the deck. Try to evade the flag. Then climb around to wait for the P-36 to take off. I can't believe he's made it back. Oh, there's a PBY as well. Didn't know there were 2 guys left. They don't want to engage a PBY. I can't... Wait, did he... Whoa. Kudos to the J6B. It was a great shot. He set the PBY ablaze. Ooh, let's see if we can get an ace on this. Obviously not going for the PBY. I mean, if he dies, that kill belongs to the J6B. I mean, come on, get him, get him. You can do it, buddy. And he got him, great. Oh, it's first kill, and he killed a Catalina. He was the slowest biplane. Not bad at all. Whoa, flag is still engaging. I definitely have enough ammunition to kill this guy. Question is, what is he doing? He's taking off, right? Yes, he is. He is. Get some altitude. And then we will engage this guy once he has left the vicinity of his airbase. I think he's coming after us, which is kind of funny because, yeah, buddy, at this kind of altitude, you don't want to go after a CR-42. How far is flag behind? 5 kilometers. Let's wait for a few minutes, for a few seconds before we engage him. Question is, will he be dogfighting us? From my experience, P-36 players are not the brightest. They do try to turn for the biplanes more often than they should. And the P-36 is not a Key-27. Let's not go head on. Yeah. Throw her around. Oh, buddy, this is really not a good choice. Using the rudder. Oh, this is great. This is just what a CR-42 is made for. And got him. Oh, great. Ah, amazing. That's ace. And a beautiful last kill for the CR-42. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Top of the leaderboard with 5 kills. Yeah, that was definitely a great match. So, this Fiat CR-42, how would I rate this thing? I think this thing is fantastic. Of all the biplanes, this is probably my favorite one to fly. I absolutely love the look of it. I love its performance, its ability to just being thrown around in the sky. I mean, you saw how responsive this thing is. Maybe not the most maneuverable in the horizontal term compared to other biplanes, but just in all other directions, this thing is just, amazing to fly. I especially love the heavy firepower this thing offers. Its agility, as said, and yeah, that's basically the two main selling points of this fighter: maneuverability in all directions and heavy firepower. At 1.3, this thing sits perfectly in its BR. I certainly wouldn't like to see it go up. I think it's just perfect as it is. It sees quite a lot of monoplanes, so pilots who knew what they are doing can certainly counter this Fiat CR42. But yeah, you could see, if you're not careful, this thing can reverse a turn so incredibly sharply and sit on your tail. Yeah, you need to be careful when engaging Fiat CR42s. I absolutely can recommend this aircraft. It's immense fun. And yes, so that's it for the beautiful Fiat CR42. I hope you maybe learned something today, and if not, at least had fun watching me, yeah, shooting enemy aircraft out of the sky. That's it for today, and I hope I see you in the next review. Bye bye!